What's up, y'all? Ken from Meet Sona here. And I've been hearing a lot of noise this new year around the best AI content creation tools in 2026. So I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring of a few tools that I use personally. Let's get to it. So first should come as no surprise. It's Meet Sona. Me and my co-founder have been working on this for a while now to build a content creation system, really a thought partner, not just AI generated content or assisted content, but more of a thought partner that can give you insights into topics, help you come up with new, unique angles, figure out what's your core company messaging, and interview you conversationally, just like I'm talking to this camera right now, in a way that helps bring out ideas and help you develop a stream of consciousness that's different from what you would just get typing or writing or just simply getting a response from a chatbot. The magic of Meet Sona, it reminds me of psychoanalytic theory. If you free associate verbally out loud, you make different connections than you do with other types of processing or journaling or thinking. And I think that's really valuable. So I use this for storing ideas. If I get an idea while I'm on a walk, pull out my phone, record the idea for later. Sona captures that, stores it in a memory. Then later, when I'm ready to do an interview, I have something interesting to say. Meet Sona comes up with questions that I never would have thought of, asks me if I don't say a good enough response, challenges my thinking, asks me follow-up questions. And in just a click of a button, I can get LinkedIn content for our X profile, email newsletter content, and video scripts. Much like I'm doing right now, I like to make videos, and particularly short form video scripts for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and then LinkedIn. And so it's really more of like a command center, really like a laboratory for your content creation process versus what I think some other people like, which is more of just, I click one button, I don't infuse any of my own stories or thoughts, and out comes something that's fine. I'm not here to debate that. I'm just saying that it's not my process. I want to share my own unique stories, my perspective, my values, and my beliefs, and infuse that in my content while getting the help and the benefit of AI and automation for repurposing and distribution. Second is Claude from Anthropic, particularly their Opus 4.5 model. That is my daily driver for all purpose content needs. I published a sort of like a manifesto on our website recently, and I had already written the words that I wanted. I had already jotted that down. I had thought through what I want to say and how I want to say it, but I didn't really know the arrangement of the content on the website. Like, what should a good layout be? And so talking to Claude, I have a Claude project for Meet Sona, a lot of my own documentation and training. And I'm like, I need you to go out and find really inspiring brands that have leaned into their vision and their values, that have even used the word manifesto deliberately. And being able to see the layouts, then when I'm ready, I can ask Claude to do a mock-up of the actual site with the HTML and their artifacts feature. I can play around with it, update it, tweak things. And when I'm ready, I just export that, go into WordPress, do a blank Elementor canvas, pull in the HTML right there, and there's the content live on my site. So that's used in a way for me, which it's like sort of like what the purpose of Meet Sona is for purely written content. Claude helps me create artifacts or think through new product direction or micro copy inside of the product. And it's really that other, like I said, all-purpose daily driving tool that I have for my other types of content needs. And particularly around research, just being able to dive deep, verify research that I found, find new research, do data analysis, visualize data. That's Claude all day long. My third favorite tool is Cursor, or for some of you, it may be Lovable, but using these tools, not just for coding, but for actual updates on the website as well. So whether you're building a new website, whether you're creating a new product or a new product feature, it's so amazing to be able to take a screenshot or to describe something like I'm doing right now and get like a new version of your product or a prototype for an application that you want, or an infographic even. And I find that these tools are really just best in class. And I know this is AI content creation. People think of content as just strictly like written words sometimes or video, but another great feature with these tools is like interactive tools on the website, like a calculator, lead magnet, some kind of collection form that's multi-step or a quiz. These are still forms of content. In fact, when people have higher purchase intent, these can actually convert better than just reading a blog post or a solutions page. And so I remember for the agency, we really needed an ROI calculator and a forecasting tool, both internally and one for the customer facing website. And lo and behold, I turned to Lovable and Claude Code. I think I ended up doing the final version with Claude Code, but that's already on the list. But I prototyped it in Lovable, and just by typing in a few ideas, really, they weren't even fully fleshed out, Lovable was able to rapidly prototype that calculator and forecasting tool, which it's a huge benefit for us at the agency to be able to have that and offer that to people. So if you're building a site, you need to create some kind of interactive tool, interactive content, then I highly recommend Lovable. Also Claude Code, and then Cursor as well, which is a little bit more if you're technical. I find that Lovable is best if you're non-technical, and then Claude Code or Cursor are best if you do have a technical or web development background. And lastly is Canva. I adore Canva, and especially now with their Canva AI feature, I can upload my color palette and get graphics for my blog posts. I can take a stock image and manipulate it or update it in ways that I want simply by just typing in a prompt. And for somebody like me who has absolutely like no right brain, I mean, pure analytical, the ability to just kind of type what I'm kind of loosely wanting and bring that into existence has been so valuable to us. Like with the new YouTube channel, we need a banner. Our LinkedIn page needed a new banner, and we needed a new logo. Our font choices, I didn't know what fonts to use. And so Canva AI, which the free version, I think there's a limited number of credits, but Canva is amazing to have. I happily pay the paid subscription, and I just cannot recommend enough, particularly if you're not a designer. Canva AI will be game changing for you if you haven't used it in 2026. And I think a huge caveat with all of these tools is that you should start off by picking a really thorny problem or use case that you have, right? The reason why folks get this shiny object syndrome and AI FOMO is because they're just reading the news, waiting for tools to come out, thinking, well, why don't I know how to use this? I have to use it. But in reality, that's kind of backwards. It's putting the cart before the horse. You should say, here's a big problem or an opportunity that I have. What are my resources? Do I have somebody on my team? What's the budget? What's a part of this that I can start off with because I'm confident in the existing system? And is software really the right solution? Or is another person the solution? Or is a better process? And then once you've determined that software is the right solution, is an AI software the right solution, right? So we're working down into our specific use case based on our needs, and then these tools really become powerful. But if you've never created content that's engaging, if you don't know what your verbal identity is or your brand messaging, if you haven't written your stories down and thought through them, thought about your company's unique positioning, then all of the AI content tools in the world are not going to save you. You need to get the messaging, your positioning, your beliefs, your verbal identity really solidified, and then those tools can just really accelerate your progress. They can amplify your reach. They can clarify your thinking. That's where you get the real value, is after you have those things in place. And I hope you have the best day of your entire life. Cheers.